Hello, my name is Dakota Phillips. I'm the owner of Fit You Coaching. Today I want to talk to you about what mace you should be using when you start and how to progress through the maces as you get more and more comfortable with them. So, I recommend starting out with a 10 or a 7-pound mace. The difference with these two maces being obviously the weight, but the handle of the 7-pound mace is a little bit shorter than the 10. So putting them side by side, you can see that you get a lot more handle out of the 10-pound mace, which can be helpful for someone who's a little bit more tall. So for myself, I'm 6 foot tall. Holding the 7-pound mace away from my body, or when I try to do bigger open movements, I can feel a little bit cramped with that 7-pound mace. So the 7-pound mace for a taller person is going to be a very good one-hand tool. With a 2-arm tool, I would recommend a 10, just because it gives you that extra handle length to help open up your chest and make you feel like you have enough room to move. So if you are brand new to exercise, start with a 7. If you've had some exercise experience and you've been maybe lifting weights for a while, you're good to go with the 10, just for that extra room. So if you're wanting to do more hard style and do more strength training with the mace, that's going to be a little bit on the heavier side. So we've got a 15 and a 25 here. The handle sizes are going to be very similar to the 10. Once you get to that 10-pound weight, the handles only differ by a very small bit. The only difference here is going to be in the globe size, because that's where the weight is going to be. One thing to think about with these tools is the weight is going to be off to one side, which is going to be very different than using, say, a barbell or dumbbells, where with a dumbbell, that weight is going to always be close to your hand. With a mace, if you start to do some of the swinging motions, that's going to start to pick up speed as it swings around. So that's one thing you need to think about when purchasing weights. Say if you're an experienced lifter and you're thinking that a barbell is only 45 pounds, I need at least a 45-pound mace. I can tell you that a 45-pound mace is going to be extremely heavy, and that's going to be way down your mace path. Start with a 10 at the heaviest, in my opinion. Understand the movements so that you can do them safely, and then progress slowly up from there. Because like I said, once that weight starts to swing, it's going to build a lot more force, and it's going to be a little bit harder to control than, say, a heavier dumbbell or barbell. So I hope this helped you. If you're building your mace arsenal, I recommend having 3 maces. One that you can start with using one hand, so that's for mill movements or anything that's just going to be like a learning the movement. Then I would also have a 10-pound mace, because that's going to be a good lighter to middle range mace that you can still move very easily with. You can flow with the 10-pound mace. I use a 10-pound mace 90% of the time. And then something that's a little bit heavier, maybe say a 15 or a 20, maybe getting a little bit heavier when you're more experienced, but I think a 20-pound mace is the heaviest I would go if you're starting out, just because you're going to learn those movements. Start slowly and build off of that so that you can do it safely, and then you have a much more enjoyable process. So if you are looking to purchase maces, I recommend going through Orthodox. They have their own brand of maces that you can purchase and use code Dakota. That's going to give you 10% off at checkout, so that might save you a little bit of money so you can get that extra mace to practice with. And then that's going to help you later on down the road with your fitness journey, because they have everything from a 7 up to a 35-pound mace, which is going to be kind of on that upper end of very experienced mace swingers. So you'll be able to build through that collection. And again, like I said, you really only need 3. And if this video helped you, make sure you leave a comment. Let me know what mace movements you want to learn, what movements you're excited to do, and how your mace journey is going. And I'll see you back here for some mace-related content.